Hey everybody, I'm Justin.
And I'm Rebecca.
Welcome to Burnout Box, Season 3, Episode 4. We have cake!
We have a cake.
And
that can only mean one thing.
Rebecca has ran 7's.
That's exactly what it means.
She did it Monday at Orlando Speed World. And in her 2011 Mustang GT street strip car, making her the fastest TVS-powered Coyote in the world.
In the world.
Yeah, and very fast overall.
Yeah, I remember laying in bed with you one night talking about my brand new 2011 Mustang back in 2010, before it even hit 2011, and I was like, well, I want it to go 10s, and then 9s, and then 8s on a radial, and you're like, no way. No.
Yeah.
Hey, crazy lady. Well,
here we are today, 7's.
I challenged my crazy, and here it is.
And, in retrospect, we were so green to racing back then.
Yeah, I mean, we had both been doing it for a while, but it was very,
And even the industry has evolved.
Yeah.
The
the
products
tires
available.
have evolved.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mickey Thompson.
Tires and suspension have gone from the 2000s era technology to today's era
Holy
technology.
crap, we got a whole new chassis from when you and I first got in this game.
Yeah, a lot of stuff has changed. And that's what enabled Rebecca to go, part of what enabled Rebecca to go so fast. A lot of things have to come together for a run like that.
Yeah, and I had lamented the fact that, okay, we're getting this part of it downward, but, even when we got out there, I was like, I was pretty happy with how the car was 60 footing at a 117. And I thought maybe I had a little more in it. Maybe I had a 100th or so more in it. And then we got out there and I did a 120, and I'm like, I know it's got more 60 in it than this. What the heck?
I have video of all those different runs, and I should actually go back and try to see what looks different, between the 120 and the 114.
Oh, I think it would make an awesome comparison to just look at that. It'd be really interesting. So, getting that to come together, and then getting my shifting to come together, and then dealing with shifting and
shift lights that weren't functioning properly, shift lights that stayed on between shifts.
Yeah, what do you do with a shift light that just is on all the time? I guess it's better than it being off all the time. I don't know, but I decided that I was just going to short shift it, and that was going to be that. And after I decided to do that, that's what I did, and it worked. And then
Rebecca,
not having been in the car for a long time, and the converter being different, and just everything feeling different, and the car coming up a little, and me having to decide, okay, is it going to keep on going up? Do I need to pedal it? Do I not need to pedal it? And just getting reacquainted with it. I mean, it's only the 7th pass that it's been out with this combo, and that I've driven it in over a year.
I guess you remember all the right things to do, though.
I guess. I guess I have to, put them all back together in rapid sequence.
Yeah. We're getting a ton of comments and questions. Can you see this computer from over here?
I can.
Forced Induction Drive says, congratulations, Rebecca.
Thank you.
Boss Man says, congratulations.
Thank you.
Darren says, congratulations. Jamie Hisco says, congrats. Amazing how times have changed from those 15-second time slips.
Jamie, I don't think the car that you saw me drive never ran a 15-second time. The quickest I ever went was a 16.4 at a burning 88 miles an hour.
Mitchell Page says, hey y'all, cake.
Yep.
Joel Stein says, Rebecca can eat all the cake she wants. Very impressive ET.
Thank you. I mostly just want the frosting. I am definitely a frosting person.
Martimol 72, congratulations, Rebecca. Terminator Coyote, congrats, Rebecca, on your lucky 7 run. Looking good. Mitchell Page says you need an air shifter.
I know. Can we start a petition, Mitchell?
I was just going to say Rebecca needs a shift light sponsor, but if we were going to just jump right into air shifters, sure, whatever.
We'll just have to disconnect it for certain classes. That's a caveat.
I have this box that I bought to put in the car that does a couple different things. It could do the air shifter. It could do transmission solenoid control, dump solenoid control.
That would be great.
Because we kind of need that for bad tracks, and
A bad track was not an issue on Monday. Wade Rich had that thing on lock.
You know, it was funny seeing the car go like an 803 or an 806 with some sun, and then we got some shade.
And I said, the weather's coming around.
Yeah, and just on days like that, the sun versus the shade just makes all the difference in the world, not only in track prep, but in just air temperature and just how the cars run and everything.
Yeah, the DA was not on my side at all. It was 1,000 feet.
Yeah, I mean, there were some days like in the past month or two in Mod Nationals and everything else where the DA was way down there. This was not one of those days. Like, I can't, now what's in the back of every racer's mind is, well, I know I can still optimize this, and I can do this, and I probably get the car to go like a 79, and it's like, oh, but, that's a whole nother day or two of track testing and a bunch of work into the car. So, John Hartman says congrats. Justin Smith, congrats. 10R80 Daily, congratulations. VMP, John Hartman, VMP Gen 3R for the win.
I agree.
10R80 Daily, 114 60-foot, insane.
I did. I was like, I've seen a 114 once before. The clocks were broken that time. I was like, are you guys messing with me? No, nobody was messing with me. I backed it up with a 115. I don't think, did we show that in the video or no?
Did we show that, Brian?
I don't think we did.
Yeah, I remember you saying she backed it up in the video.
But yeah.
You said something about backing it up, but I'm not sure if that was part of it.
And Mitchell, you'll appreciate this. The tire was not wrinkling right off the hit, and it looked and sounded like it was spinning for like the first half of rotation. So I made an adjustment to the extension and just let it plant a little bit harder. And that was the frickin' 114 popping out, which is like insane. And it was like a degree of timing, but at that level, degree of timing is not that much power. So Jay Witt, congratulations.
Thank you.
5-liter meat beater. Hit the roulette table and put it on all on 7 now. Jeff Barrett, great job. Love the tune on my Kerber that you guys did. Ormond Beach, Florida.
Oh, awesome.
Great to hear, Jeff. And so, yeah, that's a lot of what's been going on this week in our world.
Yeah, it encompassed everything on Monday.
Yeah. And a lot of Odin stuff going on, and some of the first units, production units, getting cut and machined, cut, same thing, this week and next week. So
we've got customers showing up for installs, getting everything ready to get them put on, and so they will be out in the wild, as they say, very shortly here.
We've built it and engineered it in conjunction with Magnuson and built it and tweaked it and put it on the car, and now we're going to set it free.
Release it.
Yeah. It's going to be pretty crazy. Travis Dean says, congrats. It's been a long journey, but good for you both making it happen. Now make the 2-inlet version and go even faster. Also, Brian is beautiful. You have a secret admirer?
Not so secret. Thanks, Travis. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Travis. So Kevin Jones says you guys always get there when you set your mind to it. 750's coming soon.
Okay, so we wanted the car to go 9s, and the track rentals to go 9s.
Arduous.
Yeah, I remember going 10-0-0-0, and I was like, I don't even know if I should be happy or sad about this, because I really wanted that 9, but how much closer can you get?
And that was back when we had 2 kids.
Yep.
And they both fit in the back seat.
Yeah, we drove up to Gainesville, and Holden cried the whole way there and
He
the
did not
whole
like
way
car
back.
rides.
He hated car rides. Now he's the quietest kid ever.
And you say going 9s in a Mustang GT, not a big deal. Well, this was 2011.
It was 2010 initially.
Oh, yeah.
And then when I had it out for the first time in 2011, we drove up to Maryland.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do it. I was in nursing school. I was in an accelerated BSN program. I was like, I don't want to miss school. This is a real bad reason to miss school, Joss. Like, this is a bad idea.
Go racing.
And then you told me what the air was in Maryland. I was like, fine. I mean, twist my arm, let's go. And I flew home.
Yeah, you came off the trailer, went like a 983, we got it down to a 979. And this whole time, we're running like an enclosed airbox, like 12, 13 pounds of boost because we're trying not to blow up the stock engine.
Yep. We didn't know about oil pump gears back then.
No, nobody. Ignorance was bliss. We kept the rev limiter.
And we took that apart, and the thing looked new.
Yeah, it was nothing for the Coyote to handle that.
Yep.
680 wheel horsepower.
Yep.
And then there was the whole 8s, which the 8s was a long, hard-fought battle.
And we'd go out to the track, and it would, like, mist. Like, we'd go chasing weather, and it would mist. And it would be like, okay, we got to break in the weather, we'll go and make a hit.
And that started our hate of a certain brand of shock that never worked.
Yeah.
So ultimately going back to what we had started with and just improving from there. So and that was actually on a 6R80 that Becca went 8s. One of the first, I think the first blower car to do it.
I don't know if it was the first blower car.
Okay.
But it was fun nonetheless.
Yeah, it was.
We got there, and I mean, learning to make the car 60 foot better, and I feel like that's when we like really started getting in the groove of us working really well together on the car, and then we just wanted to go lower 8s, and switching to the Turbo 400 because I needed to be able to be more competitive on the tree. Running a whole season of Coyote Modified prior to that let me really know that I needed to be more competitive on the tree. So we got the Turbo 400 in.
That was a big learning curve too.
It was a big learning curve, but I got back in the car right after I had Orion.
Right, that was 15. Yeah.
16. It was right after I had Orion.
Okay.
And like finally figured it out. I mean, because with the 6R80 I was breaking drive shafts and like not having just frustrating stuff. So got the car to go 850s. On an Illuminator. And then got the car to go 830s with a Gen 2R with some good air and a lot of work.
Yeah.
And then got the car to go 8.0 with a Gen 3. And it's a snowball. Like, always wanting more, and somebody said right there, Kevin Jones, when he said 750's coming soon, like I want to say no, that car just needs to stay at a 770 to 790 car because it's got an 850 cert cage in it, but you end up always wanting more.
Yeah, you just keep pushing, and it's just 7's is the new 8s. It's kind of crazy. We got some questions here we'll run through. 10R80 Daily asks, is the motor 11-to-1 compression? Yes, it is.
It is.
John Harmon says, are you guys going to lights out? Yeah, we don't know.
We'd like to. We're just figuring out logistics. We've got to travel this weekend. So,
yeah. We're going for like a quick It should be a 3-day trip. You can drive 1,200 miles home in 2 days. It's not an impossible thing to do.
Yeah.
Darren Nick says, how is Staying Mode's car coming? His car's coming great, and that is something we're going to be planning here later this February, is Staying Mode coming into town. So that may affect our trip to lights out. We'll see. Terminator Coyote, will the Odin Supercharger fit the 2018 F-150? Yes. And we're going to be putting one on this F-150 here next week.
Yep. We've got 2 F-150s that we're doing next week, I think.
Okay, cool. Rick Carr, hello VMP family. Congrats to Rebecca on the 7's. Going to order the Gen 3R finally. Can I keep my DW400 fuel pump and add a booster once I mount it to my 2016 with 1,000 cc's for E85, or am I going to have to swap to a return style? Thanks. Typically, that fuel pump and that hat does not produce enough pressure to support E85 plus boost. So even though you've upgraded the pump, the internal regulator is not going to work real great. It's going to be so much safer, and it's going to be capable of so much more power with a return style fuel system. We've made the VMP plug and play fuel system, and it's not that much money. It's like $16.99. Would really like to see you in that, and then that'll support 1,000 to 1,200 wheel horsepower. So that's really just spend the money and just do it, especially if you're going to drop the money on a Gen 3R.
Yeah, I mean, it's a worthwhile mod. You are going to be at a deficit without it.
Yeah. Staying at it, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Slab Shack, congratulations. Is the video posted? I'm late.
Sure is.
It's on Facebook and YouTube.
Brian did a great job getting that all put together.
Isaiah Velasquez says, what is the most horsepower I can spec out of my 2007 Shelby GT500 stock blower with full bolt-ons, including 2x5 fully, 10% of VMP tune? Oh, that's an oldie but a goodie. The stock blower and the 2.5's good for about 540 to 560 wheel. And then if you do a 10% and the throttle body, you can get up to around 600 wheel. The 10% is kind of iffy. It adds a lot of torque, but not a lot of horsepower to the stock blower. You know, I tell people, especially if you're going to have to pay somebody to install the 10% lower, you might just want to put that money into a blower swap. Kellen Stone, congrats on getting into the 7's, guys.
Thanks, Kellen.
John Hartman, don't go. I'm heading over on Thursday if you'll be around. Brett Leminger, huh? Hey, man, what's up? I'll call you later. And
so do you want to talk about Brett and why we're going to be out of town this weekend, or do we want to save that for next week?
we're getting a GT500.
Yeah.
We're working with our partner, Joker's Performance, and we will be track testing their ported supercharger. So that is very, very exciting.
Yeah, super exciting.
Yeah.
So we're going to the Great White North to go get it.
Yeah. The Great White North, which is having a heat wave, luckily, or when we drive it home. 50 degrees, yes!
Justin and I are both native Floridians.
Yeah.
We don't know anything about that snow stuff.
Yeah.
I think we both have only been in this, like, I don't think you've been anywhere colder than I've been. I don't think I've been anywhere colder than you've been.
Yeah.
I think we've made our cold forays together.
Yeah. Yeah. So, the next place that Rebecca will be racing is definitely Texas 2K. She's registered for that. Yeah. And then it's really, we're already making plans. There's already plans in place, things in the works for her new car. So that's really our focus. Kevin, to your point, her new car is the one that's really set up with the safety equipment and everything else to go 750s with a TVS supercharger.
Yep, absolutely. I think that, you know, we crossed that barrier with this car, and it's amazing how, I don't want to say low, I don't know how to explain what it is, but the car is relatively simple for what it's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's stock ECU. It has a shift plate that doesn't work right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it does. It has a stock ECU. It doesn't have, it's all
There's nothing fancy about it.
It still has electric power steering in it. It's not incredibly light. As we get more into the race realm, we look forward to moving more towards race type parts.
Yeah, absolutely. Don't get me wrong, I love that 2011 car, and I'm not going to say anything bad about it this week at least. But to do more, I'm approaching the edge of what that car wants to do at least.
Yeah, and it doesn't have the safety equipment, so some of the racing organizations and the tracks, don't really
And I know,
like that.
I didn't have door bars in, it was an outlaw trim, whatever. Nobody gave me a hard time.
So those are just some of the things that we're looking forward to with our racing programs and continuing to push our supercharger technology further and faster. Brett says throw the kitchen sink at it. Heck yeah, Brett.
We are planning to. We're not going to half-ass this. I whole-assed everything I do.
Darren Nix says, would your 0304 Cobra SC upgrade from a Whipple 2.3 if you're making 730, 1 horsepower and 713 torque on pump gas? I think you mean a Whipple 2.3 liter, not a 3.2 liter. That's a really good number for a 2.3 liter. It's just kind of up to you. The Cobra, our Cobra 2650 will be getting a re-released later this year as a Gen 3R version. So that is in the works.
With our partners at Magnuson, of course.
Yeah.
So the same performance and quality that we've come to appreciate for them for the Coyote and GT500 stuff, we're going to be bringing you guys in the Cobra stuff.
Yeah. So, Gap Time says NGK 6510s or Brisk RR14YS on my 17 Roush with a 79mm pulley and other VMP upgrades and tune. PMAS 120 or JLT 125. Oh man, with the cold air, you can't go wrong with either one. With the plugs, I would probably put the NGK 6510s in it just because for a lower horsepower application, they're perfectly fine. And with that, we're getting towards 2 o'clock, and the questions are starting to kind of taper off. So John Hartman says he's coming down the 13th. Terminator Coyote says, are we going to see you on Houston streets destroying the roll racers?
Man, no.
We've heard that the Houston streets are heavily patrolled during Texas 2K.
I'm a license, like
Rebecca has a medical license to protect.
It's actually the board of nursing that produces it, but I'm not. I got 6 kids, medical license. I'm not going to jail over street racing, and I don't like roll racing either.
Roll racing, but that that half-mile racing they're talking about at South Georgia Motorsports Park looks interesting. We've got some NDMFs here.
I'm not allowed to say that, but
that could really use that. So we were just talking about racing one of our stick shift cars today, Track Attack, and I almost brought up, well, if we're half-mile racing or roll racing, it doesn't matter how I drive. So yeah, there's your cake for 7's.
Thank you.
Casey Knowles says, what is the ballpark limit for ID 1000 on E85 with a TVS? With our Gen 3R, it's a more efficient blower. Even our Gen 3, probably 900, 950 wheel. As you start to go above 1,000, the RPM and the boost and all those things kind of work against you to where you need more injector. So that is the concern. And with that, I think we'll eat cake.
That's a shot.
Carter, you ready? All right, go ahead.
What do I do?
You just say thank you.
Bye, thank you.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you next time.
Happy New Year.